Hello and welcome back to the Stronghold. I'm the MtG, and I am very pleased to announce that, well, I was wrong. I recently proposed that Wizards would probably not be fixing the issues with the 2024 starter decks until we actually had, well, I guess renewal, not rotation for standard this year, occur on, I believe it's the 5th of September that is scheduled for. But I forgot about the update to add the changes to the store ahead of the Wilds of Eldraine release, and I have never been more excited to be wrong. We now have all of the starter decks that we're supposed to have and the cards that come along with them. And, well, that means it's time to open packs that I know I've been sitting on for quite some time.
But hey, before we get into all that, I wanted to take just a moment to thank my community for helping the Stronghold reach a bit of a long-term goal here. 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Definitely a tremendous thing. Thank you for all the views, all the subs, all the likes, all the comments, and just generally being a very supportive community. It means so much more than you'll ever know. And hey, what do you do when you reach a goal? You set a new one. So moving forward, my main talking point goal is going to be to reach just 50 followers over on Twitch. And frankly, we're already about halfway there, so this one should be really easy. If you're not already following me on Twitch, please consider doing so. And that always gives you kind of a sneak peek of some of the live play content, things like that. And of course, the support continues to help the community grow. And I'll be thinking up a giveaway to do once we get there. Probably not a whole account this time around, but hey, that's okay. Now, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, right.
Alright, I am currently on my primary account, and I see that they have in fact now fixed the 2024 starter deck situation, and I have received all of mine on this account, and hopefully everyone else out there has. But you know what? It's time to do some pack openings here. I just did a preliminary check, and I picked up 25 rare or mythic cards from the new player experience. And I'm not sure how many other commons and uncommons. I didn't bother to check on that. But for now, I am going to be doing some pack opens here. Let's see here. Defiler, not bad. I mean, it's you know what? I'm just going to do an open all here on most of these. There's another Adhikar Waste. I would not have gotten that. Oh no, actually this is still my first on that, because in the blue-white deck they went with the soldier-themed land. Pretty cool. We got a Jaya, another Kingdarian, that's always really good. Silver Scrutiny getting a lot of play here lately. What do you say we move on and look at some brothers more? Didn't need to click the Uno open, but hey, there it is. Some good gold cards here. That is 3 uncommons there, including the Bone Saw, which I think is probably a 4th copy. Okay, let's see. One with the multiverse. Okay, always nice to pick up a mythic. It really is. We'll go ahead and do the rest of our Brothers War pack here. A wild card, Precursor Golem, which I really wanted. Wormcoil Engine, which I don't think I had. Some good stuff here. What is that? 1, 2, 3 mythics going on out of 8 cards. That is pretty solid. I will take that most every time. I've been opening my Phyrexia packs trying to finish my Brittany deck, so I'm just going to do those individually because I only have the 2. Blade Ambassador, I know I already have to play some of that, but still like it. A rare wild card, good stuff. What is in our second pack here? An uncommon wild card, not quite as good, but still pretty solid. And a Mondrak, not my first, but okay. Let's see here. Let's I think we're gonna do Lord of the Rings here next. Darn it, I did the single click again. I'm sorry, guys. old habits and whatnot. But I've got 17 packs there, and that's pretty. Minas Tirith, very nice. Very excited about that. We'll do a 10 shot here. And Borodur, very nice. Mithril Coat isn't bad. Call the Ring is very nice. Samwise, pretty nice. The Ball Rig is pretty cool. A couple repeats there. What else we got going on in this? Let's see what we got. Dawn of a New Age, pretty cool. Another Mountain Doom. Mines of Moria. Shalab, which I'm actually more excited about than I probably should be. Let's take a look here at our Aftermath packs. These are actually the only 10 that I have bought up to this point. Let's see how we do here. Hey, we got a Calyx. That is great. That is a card completely off my shopping list. We got a second copy of Samut, which we functionally would not have gotten the copy from the new player experience, so that's kind of nice. Valencrex, Rocco, some pretty nice stuff there, including a Mythic Wildcard. That's pretty darn good. I kind of wish I had looked at these individually because I'm also just as interested in the uncommons, but we will look at that next. I am not going to open my golden packs. I'm going to save those for the release of Wildlands of Eldraine, because I will get more value out of those packs personally than I will otherwise. But let's start looking at my Mark or Mom packs. That is a ton of firsts there. I really have not opened any packs here on this. Galta, Heliod, very nice. And we got a Yargle and a Rankle. Rankle, of course, was a new player experience. That's why that's not a first. We've got an Omnath and Yargle. I think I got those off of ICRs, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's do 10 more. Let's take a look here. See what else we got. There's the Atraxa, Thalia. That it says it's first, but that's for this version of Thalia, and that's okay. Sheldred, Invasion of Tarkir, very good. Invasion of Ikoria, all of those seem very good play. Let's do 10 more, because that's how we roll around here. Philibeth, Mythic Wild Card. Well, that's a very cool Kiruga. A nice Goreclaw, very nice with that. All cards that I've had previously, but that's how that is. A Volcronus and another Mythic Wild Card. Good stuff. And Nib Mizzet, another Yargle, Fairy Mastermind, and Transcendent Message, a card I'm not familiar with, and a rare and a Mythic Wildcard. Cool stuff. Oh, there was also a Kogala in there that I didn't notice until the very end. Gitaxius, Hoarding Broodlord, Sunfall, Phoenix, Barrel, and Zerkiev, a card that I would not have gotten if I had opened these prior to my new player experience. Let's see, what else we got going on here? We're going to be going way up in our completion on this. Yorion, the Sky Noodle. Alright, that's about all I'm super excited for there. Let's check out some more. And a Tali, that's my first. The cool artwork from Loris, of course I had a copy of that. Another Transcendent Message, more wild cards, good stuff. And let's see, another Invasion, this time of Karsus, Quintarius, Hitsugu, and Kari, another card that I would not have gotten if I had opened these prior to the new player experience. Breach the Multiverse. Yeah, I think that's what I'm excited about there. Sword of Once and Future, very cool. The new Ren, the artwork for Jengatha and Zirda. That actually gives me most of the companion cards in the new artwork. Realmbreaker, kind of cool. The new Elspeth, that's a first, very nice. What is now a third copy of Burrell and Carrie Zeb, again, thanks to the new player experience. And let's open up those last 6, see what we get here. Well, not really anything I'm terribly excited about here. I mean, Complete Circuit isn't bad. So there we go. That just leaves my 10 golden packs. I'm not opening those yet. So that's it for the primary account pack opening. All right, now we are going to move on to my giveaway account and cycle through and open up most of these packs. Again, not going to open the golden packs just yet. Plaza of Heroes, that was a card that I probably would have ended up crafting on this. So that is a very nice rare mythic to pick up. Not terribly concerned about the commons and uncommons because I'm already going to have most of these. Mechanized Warfare, that's a card I'm a little surprised I didn't already have, but I might have already had 2 copies. Might and Meekstone, okay, that's a great card, and of course Mythic Wild card, and a second Siege Veteran, thanks to waiting for the new player experience. That's always good stuff. I'm going to save the mom packs for last. Let's get in there and open up some Lord of the Rings. What do we get here? The Witch King of Agmar, pretty nice, and an Orcish Bowmaster. I really could not be more happy with those openings. And the blue-red Spells Matter deck gets much better because now I have a second copy of Gandalf and Flame of Anor. That's pretty nice. And well, a rare wild card. That's good stuff. Let's check out the Aftermath packs. What did we get here? Callus. That is a huge win. I actually do have standard Enchantress built for this, so getting a copy there is pretty nice. Another Urbrask, very nice. That is not the same one that came in the new player experience. We've got Nib Mizzet, Tessa, which is probably a first for me, not just the cosmetic first like it says there. Another Thalia, that's good stuff, plus we got the cool cosmetic for it. Again, not opening the golden pack, so let's move into March of the Machines here and see what we get. And, wow, okay, Jengatha, and a Mythic Wild card, and a second copy of Progenitor, again, thanks to being patient with the new player experience. What else can we get here? What do we got going on? Wow, that is just an absolute ton of firsts there. Burrell, Glissa, Herald of Predation, very nice. With the others, I mean, don't get me wrong, all cards are good cards, but not anything I'm terribly excited about. Although Obosh is pretty nice, I might build the historic Brawl deck to go around that. A very, very fun deck. And let's see, what else do we get here? A Sheldred, a Kenrith, and a Traxa, a second copy of Hidsagu, a couple of Inga and Asika. Yeah, pretty decent stuff there. Goreclaw, a Yara, Heliod, an Omnath, a pair of wild cards, and a Baral and Carrie Zeb that functionally I wouldn't have if I hadn't waited. There was another, the triple green, +1/+1 counters. Garuda, Yorion, and I'm trying to remember if this is actually in the new player experience or not. My mind is failing me, but I think there's some sort of 5-man angel in there, and that's not it. Zuri, Vorinclex, the Archpriest of Shadows, I think that was in the new player experience, as was the Grafted Butcher. Wow, my white-black Azorius Phyrexians deck could be kind of stupid good now on this account. So I think that's 3 of the Lord cards now. Pretty good. Another Rankle and Torbrand. That's fairly good stuff. And Gitaxius, the Blight Dragon, another Progenitor, a Fairy Mastermind, all good stuff. Kalissa, a Sunfall, Omnath, Boonbringer Valkyrie, that might also be in the new player experience. Definitely the Dust Legion Duelist is very good. Let's check out this one last pack. What do we got here? An uncommon wild card, Preening Champion, another Norn's Inquisitor, that's good. And Horde of the Brood Lord, forgive me, that's a severe thunderstorm warning, but not to worry, I'm in a safe place. Hoarding Brood Lord, very, very good card. Very excited about that, particularly as a first for this account. So that is all of the giveaway account pack opening. Alright, gonna do the pack open for the brand new account that I'm running. So, of course, there are a lot of packs, including older packs. And we're gonna start with Theros here. And, well, Labyrinth is a pretty decent card. And I think from here I actually want to open them individually. Particularly since I'm looking to build a popper deck on this account at the moment. Be nice to kind of think some of that through. Bushwhack, pretty good. Deadweight, pretty good. Let's see. Death Oasis, not too much of excitement there. Bastion of Remembrance would be very nice. We got a couple things here actually for the cycling deck. But of course that isn't particularly good for popper. We did get a common wild card. That's pretty nice. And, oh wow, it's going to reset this every single time. What a pain. What do we got here? Memory Leak, another cycling component. What do we get from the core set? Anything good? Crash Through is pretty good for a lot of the red spells deck, as is Thrill Possibility. That might just be going. Baneslayer, awesome card. Glad to have that. Alpine Huntmaster's pretty good, and we got a Watchdog in the same pack, that's kind of neat. Rambunctious Mutt, okay, whatever. Rada, not overly excited about that. Lofty Denial, now there's a great card. Wild cards always help. Maze Mind Tome, fantastic. Glad to have that for any sort of brawl deck I might end up doing. Let's take a look at Zendikar here. What we got? Royal Eruption, another good mono red, another wild card. Severe Shelter, also good. And, well, Jace, alright. Not what I was looking for, but maybe the card I need. Tormented Voice could be pretty decent in a mono red spell style deck. Feldar Retreat is pretty good, but hard to build around a single one, especially this far out of season. And, well, not anything so far I'm excited about. Roiling Vortex, okay. Not bad. Kalheim. Actually, I don't think that card is pretty bad at this point. Not really. I mean, Story Seeker's pretty nice for the mono white life deck. That is pretty much always there. And a blue-white pathway. That's decent. Pretty much always going to be excited about a dual land. Craven Hulk, not so great, but a couple wild cards. We did get a snow land. And Maskwood Nexus, I think this is going to be doing big things, potentially. We'll see how the year pans out, but Tribal is looking pretty strong to me, to say the least. Poison the Cup, Cinderheart Giant, not so good. Radin, great card. I'm not sure how much we can build around it, but we'll see. we might actually have enough common wildcards to like build a pop or something at this point. Not anything here I'm super excited about, including the Flame Skull, sadly. Another component for the Mono White Life deck. That's about, well, a rare wild card. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, wild cards. That's pretty nice. Glad to have that. Goblins is always a pretty solid thing here. Okay, so now we're getting into the standard playable cards. So let's take a little stronger look at the packs here. Diregraph Horde is pretty good in a Pauper deck. Defenestrate, things that are hard to say. Rockfall Bale, again, rare lands generally pretty good. What else have we got here? I mean, none of this is super build around great. Curse of Leeches is pretty much, if I could throw that card back, I probably would. Stinger, not bad for a potential mono red deck. Storm the Festival is great to have in the collection. Belligerent Guest, again, not bad. Syncopate is good for that mono blue control deck that I am probably looking to put together. Headless Raider, this actually goes with some other zombie cards we picked up in a recent midweek Magic. That'll be kind of nice. But now that I said it out loud, I realize that was on a different account. The problems with having multiple accounts. Dominating Vampire. Okay. Serpent Ambush is not terrible. An uncommon wild card. Harvester, really good. Another curse. Great. I am cursed by curses. Let's look at Kamigawa. I'm going to save all the alchemy cards towards the end. Because as I said, my looking today is more about the commons and getting those put together. Look at that. They gave me a game land. Tamio. Not anything here I'm excited about, really, including the Invoke Calamity. Kami Flare isn't bad for a mono red spell, and really that might be more and more where we're gonna end up. Skipping the alchemies here. Let's take a look at New Capenna. Make Disappear, that is definitely one of the pieces I am looking for my mono blue deck. I'm very excited about that. Shakedown Heavy is a decent card. I've never built around it, but a lot of people do. And oh look, another tempo land. Great. Strangle, not bad. Daring Escape actually is kind of bad even for the Spells Matter deck. Not super excited about that one. Nothing here doing anything for me at all. Rebel Rousing could be good, but again, like, you need 4 of those to build the deck. Dominaria United. Let's see, Electrostatic Infantry. It doesn't help with the Pauper deck that I'm trying to build, but it's pretty good. Silex is a great card. Not anything I'm looking to build around because I'm just not overly a control player. Strike Team isn't the worst. Drag to the Bottoms are pretty good for domain control. Again, just not looking to play control on this account very early. Tolarian Terror is, well, that's a third out for me, so that's really helping out that mono blue deck come together. And I don't know, that might be what I end up doing for Pauper. have to look at some lists on that. That might be worthwhile. The other thing that I'm thinking about, of course, is the Rats deck. Stronghold Arena, okay. Probably won't play with that, but hey, it is pretty much the name of my channel, so I can do that. Steel Seraph, very nice, and we got a bonus card. Might Stone's animation, pretty good. Let's see here. Adaptive automation. I'm glad to have that in the deck here, in the collection, I guess I should say. Brothers War. Keep chugging away on that. Wing Commando's pretty decent if we get into that. Prowess style and a mythic wild card's pretty good. Gnawing Vermin, also not bad. A lot of people like Arms Race. I haven't been terribly impressed by the card yet. Let's see, we did get a common wild card. We got another Third Path Iconoclast. That helps a great deal. Not a lot else going on here. A Static Net is not bad for that mono white life deck. Obliterating Bolt, great card. Get here, Behemoth, okay. Not super duper exciting. Let's look at Phyrexia All 1 here. What do we get? Anything? Well, an Armored Scrap Gorger is pretty good. Nothing to really help with the Toxic deck that I'm looking to build, and well, kind of a dud rare too. Although it does fit in the red-white equipment deck, too bad that deck is kind of unsavable. I mean, I guess that kind of goes in the green-white Brittany deck for some things. We did get another Phyrexian for maybe our black-white deck. Fencer, not a card I'm looking to build around. Contagious Borak is probably one of the best cards in here. Incisor Glider isn't bad, particularly for that previously mentioned Phyrexian deck. The wild cards are pretty good, and Basilica isn't the worst thing in the world. Unstoppable Juggernaut, great. Man, I am getting some rares that just don't matter. Anointing with Affliction goes in certain builds. Very glad to get the Skitterfang. That's a fantastic card. I don't know that I'm going to build mono red artifacts, but that definitely goes in it. And I think this might have just made my my decision to build Rat Colony as my popper deck, because with this, that also makes it a very viable brawl deck. And when you're playing on a budget here and like you're brand new and have little to nothing, investing 4 wild cards to get into 2 different formats is pretty strong. I will take that pretty much all day long. Let's see here. What do we want to do next? I kind of forgot about Shadows over Innistrad. So I guess I'll go in and do some of that. Not anything here that strongly helps with Popper. The Vessel would be very nice if I was building Greasefang. And, well, that just doesn't do much. Let's see here. What about Pack 2? Rabbit Bite's pretty good. Ride Down also pretty good. Ingenious Scab is surprisingly very good, and I might have had one of those in the last pack and just overlooked it. I'm not sure. But as far as any sort of a blue-red prowess, that can be a great card. Prized Amalgam is one of the better cards we've opened all day. I'm not sure that that's something I'm going to play, but it is a fantastic rare for, I believe it's the Dredge deck. Let's see here. Neonate isn't terrible for mono red. I mean, that could be a thing. Avacyn's Judgment. I'm just not terribly worried about it. Let's take a look at March of the Machines here. Not really anything that's doing a whole lot for the collection here. Ooh, Hoarding Ruin is pretty nice though. That's something we might end up playing this year. And Enduring Bond Warden's pretty good for the green white +1/+1 counters deck, as is Dusk Legion Duelist. That's, I think, my second or third copy now. And Loris, okay, well that's a pretty good deck in and of itself as well. So that is something I'm almost certain we'll be playing with at some point this year. What do we got here? Well, the wild card's always good. The rest of this, not as much. Sunfall, okay, that's a good card. Again, I'm not much of a control player, but it could happen. And let's see here. Copper Coat Vanguard, love that. Definitely a card that is seeing some play and a potential card that we will do something with. Gotta love the Soldier. And well, a rare wild card, pretty decent. And what have we got here? The Markov Baron, pretty good. Firja, Judge of Valor, also pretty good. Pair of wild cards, that's always nice. Deification is a good card, but not something I'm excited about. Maybe I'm just wrong. And well, there's a Preening Champion, gotta like that. Moment of Truth can go in mono blue. Let's see, what else we got here? Kiora, okay, not too bad. Now for this, I've already opened all my Lord of the Rings packs, so since I'm focused on the commons for Pauper, I think I want to do the 3 Baldur's Gate cards here, or packs here, and nothing there to really help anything I had designs on for Pauper. That's disappointing, so we'll move to the next pack here. Although I do think there was a Blink card in there now that I give it a little bit more thought. Again, nothing here that's doing a whole lot for me. Tasha is pretty nice though.
So I know what to put on your gravestone.
I mean, that's a dragon. That's cool. Uncommon wild card, okay. Fraying Line, maybe one of the worst rares of that year. So now we'll go in and we'll take a look at the alchemy cards that are getting ready to rotate. Not really anything here for us. Yep, not excited about those. Wild card, pretty good. And well, Tamiya Safekeeping's pretty nice. Yeah, I think I'm actually maybe more excited about the wild card than the safekeeping, but those are definitely the best cards in the pack. And well, there's just not much to be excited about there. Undercity Plunder is not a bad card. It does occasionally see play. New Capena, let's take a look here. Xander's Wake is probably the best card here so far, and that's just going to remain true. I'm just not interested in Back Alley Gardener, but Xander's Wake is pretty decent. Well, we got a wild card, a pair of wild cards actually, and well, yeah, that's kind of a dead pack. What do we got here? Anything? I mean, Traumatic Prank isn't bad, but like it doesn't make it into any of the tier 1 red decks. Let's take a look at Dominaria. Citizen's Arrest, D2 Amplifier, those are decent cards that might see some play in the collection. A second Ember Coiler, I'm just not terribly excited about that. Shore Up, that'll almost certainly make it into our mono blue deck. Goblin Morale Sergeant is really quite good, and we did pick up a Goblin Lord earlier. That's pretty nice. Rare wild card. Lightning Strike, great card. And nothing else here really of note. We'll go to Brothers War here. Recommission is maybe the best card here. Antiquarian doesn't do much for us. Oh, we did pick up a Gilded Lotus. That's pretty nice, particularly for any sort of brawl deck that we might do. That could be a lot of fun. Paratrooper, I mean, I think we got 2 or 3 of these in the new player experience, and running a third, fourth copy is just not really necessary in any version of Soldiers, so that's kind of a dead thing there. Burnish Heart, okay, not super excited by that one. Boots is pretty good for Brawl. Not really anything else going on here. Mythic Wildcard, that I cannot argue with. And another Patchwork Resolute, that's pretty good for the Alchemy Soldiers deck, particularly if you end up going like mono white. That is a pretty sick card. And a second Gixian Recycler for that Orzhov Phyrexian deck, pretty good. Scrapwork Mutt, also a pretty good card there, especially in something like maybe a mono red artifacts build, depending upon how we may end up doing that for the year. And let's see, another Patchwork Resolute. That's definitely 4 copies now for us. No question about that. A legendary mythic that like literally no one plays. Let's see, Brothers War, because it's janky, not because it's bad. Liquid Metal Coating is kind of nice. Another Scrapwork Mutt, that's decent. Norn's Disassembly, sacrifice a historic permanent, seek a historic card. Okay, so far no one cares about historic. Of course, we don't know what's going to come out over the next year or 2. So I guess we'll kind of wait and see on that. We got some toxic things here, maybe for an alchemy deck, but probably not enough to really build around. Complete Devotion might be the most exciting card in this deck. And yeah, it is. A common that's not even from the alchemy set. So yeah, there you go. Let's take a look at the next one here. Charge of Mites and another Complete Devotion, so maybe getting towards that mono white or white green toxic deck. Let's see how that goes. That's really good for just any big dumb green deck. Pretty excited about just randomly picking up that mythic. And well, Cutthroat Centurion and another card for the white-black. I'm really not sure how many slots that has open in it. And well, we got more of the Boros equipment deck. And okay, well that's not a bad rare, honestly. So that is all the packs here on my newest free-to-play account. And as you can see, we kind of picked up a buttload of wild cards here, so we might just be looking at building that popper deck for the column.
And folks, before you go, allow me to take just a moment to thank my patrons for supporting everything we do here on the channel. If we're doing this much, imagine what we could do with just a little more support. So take just a moment, check out our Patreon page. We distribute things there, not just for those making pledges, but for all levels. And we're talking about things that don't get distributed through any other means on the community. And hey, it always helps when you do all those YouTube things.